Hey you, how's it going? It's me, Zoe Rowick, and today we're going to continue on with the lady's choice, and I picked Prince Mer. Yeah, Prince Mer. So, let's go. I barged into the magic room, an hour in advance. Princess Charming, how's your day been? Princess Charming, how rare of you to be so formal. Charming, then. I heard about your selection. I winced at the faint tone of disapproval and concern in his voice. Okay, I know you're worried, but I had valid reasons. And now you'll have more opportunities to learn more about him. I don't care enough about his past to accept that you're risking your life. What reasons? Please don't tell me you were seduced by how mysterious he was. I low-key was. Don't take me for a fool. Prince Mer is probably the most practical suitor to marry, politically speaking. Yeah, that's why I picked him, to be honest. Based on my experiences with him, he seems sweet enough. You don't know that, though. He's probably just waiting until you were actually married, when harming you could actually do him good. Nicole, I understand why you're worried, and I'm even a little flattered that you care so much about my well-being. Can't you trust me, though? It's not like I ignored your warnings from before because of some spontaneous illusion of love at first sight. It's for the nation that I'm getting married at all, and it's for the nation that I selected Prince Mer. Besides, I didn't even feel anything off about him, and I got close enough to dance with him. I can tell Nicole is trying his best to rein in his frustration. Charming, you don't have a drop of fairy blood in you. That doesn't matter. I'm probably still better at magic than a good third of the most pure-blooded of fairies. I don't understand. You're still not a fairy. Even fairies who no longer practice magic have better senses when it comes to this. Yeah, this is gonna be really awkward when he kills me. Did you feel anything off about him? No, I was never able to get very close. I didn't think I'd need to. Why are you so worried when you still have no proof of anything, Ben? Nicole, it's alright. I can protect myself. If Prince Mer tries to harm me in any way, I'll stop him and I'll cancel the engagement. Can I even protect myself is the real question. I haven't even sealed the engagement yet. There's still a month left until I have to do it. Try getting close to him in the next few days. If you feel something off about him, don't hesitate to tell me. But until then, please trust me. Silence stretches on for minutes before Nicole finally responds. I can't change your mind, can I? Nope, it's a little too late for that. Nice try, though. I titter and Nicole returns a half smile. I understand. You do? I mean, of course you do. Thank you. But you at least let me switch bodies with you for just a day or two? Wait, what? Can't you just do that in your own body? I'll be able to get closer to Mer, and I may even be able to try a few minor spells on him to test his motives. If he tries anything, I'll stop him. I get your reasoning, but what do you mean by switching bodies? I didn't even know that was a thing. It's real indeed, and it can certainly be very useful. For a lack of better words, what happens is that their souls escape their bodies and enter their partner's bodies. I think he just wants to see me naked. I'm just kidding. Probably not. Well, you can't deny that I'm practically a prodigy at magic. Nicole rolls his eyes at my boasting, but he doesn't object. You have to be phenomenal at magic to pull it off. Otherwise, the process is going to kill everyone involved, or worse, put all the souls into a state of bodiless limbo. Let's not risk this, actually. I don't want you switching with me right now, but will you teach me how to do it? You never know. It might come in handy in the future. I don't think you're ready for it yet. The process is very fickle and demanding. Even if you perform this skill perfectly, if you want the switch to last longer than a few days, well, you'll have to make sacrifices. Blood sacrifices. Otherwise, your mind will blood sacrifice. The heck? What kind of witchcraft is this? Well, you want to risk all that? Why? I don't think my life and sacrifices is like worth just getting to know if Prince Mer is safe to be around or not. No. Oh, don't misunderstand. It won't be my first time, and I'll let you know what I'm doing. All I'm saying is that you're not ready to initiate it, especially since Prince Mer will take up so much of your time and attention. Point taken. Promise me that you'll teach me how to once I'm free. I'm always up for a challenge. I promise. Before I get us off topic again, why are you here and what do you need me for? I thought you rushed over here because you wanted me to lecture you. Actually, can you stay away from this room for the rest of today? How do I make this sound unsuspicious and credible? I wanted to try a few personal spells and potions by myself. Oh dear, no, you suck. I'm failing on both accounts. nIE-CHoLE crosses his arms and his eyes narrowing at my faint bright smile, but he doesn't refuse. Alright, have fun, I'll trust you with that. Just give me time to finish this potion. I make a small jump and whoa, as I beam up at him. Thanks, nIE-CHoLE, you have fun too. I grab nIE-CHoLE's hands to give him a tight squeeze. Be careful, Charming. I nod, but despite my optimism, I can't help but indulge a nagging thought in the back of my mind. What if nIE-CHoLE's right? What if Prince Mer isn't the kind of man he seems to be? I can take care of him. Oh, nope. Let me go back. I did not mean to press that. Okay, sorry, I'm just gonna skip ahead. Hopefully nothing bad happens. There's a reason why I picked Prince Mer. I mean, I kind of do want something bad to happen, but like not tragic, you know? Okay, I can take care of myself. It would be a pity, but I'll be fine. I'm strong enough that Prince Mer's antics could never pose a threat. I shrug as I hop to the bookshelves. Perhaps I can find something I can use to teach Prince Mer. Whoa. When I see nIE-CHoLE finally leave, I wave him goodbye. I look at the clock for the 1000th time today, only to realize that there are still 20 minutes left until Prince Mer is scheduled to appear. Okay, he's just gonna slide through the screen. Fortunately, the man himself knocks twice on the open door quite a bit early, rescuing me from my boredom. I dash to the door and he walks right in. You're very early, I'm impressed. Prince Mer grins before bowing slightly, and I curtsy in return. Why don't we drop the formalities? We're soon to be married after all, assuming everything goes well. I take a smile as an agreement. Now, are you ready for your lesson? He shrugs as if to ask, why else would I be here? I grab his hand and tug him over to the shelves. Alright, so let's begin. I grab a vial of colored water and shake it around, creating small tornadoes from inside the vial before handing it to Prince Mer. Drink it up. It's a potion that gives you a little bit of magic. So I'm guessing that maybe people from the Lunar Kingdom are born with magic? Who knows? Prince Mer stares at the potion dubiously. I gulp, worried he can somehow see through my ruse. Wait, what? Humans aren't born with magic in us, obviously. Potions like these are made by combining materials such as dragon saliva and fairy tales and then chanting days-long spells as they boil. By drinking them, we accept a little bit of the species' magic abilities. The ingredients are definitely disgusting to think about, but what the heck? Power comes with a price, I guess you could say. My words are mostly ad-lib nonsense. I know better than to risk blabbing everything to a man I've been warned so often about. I may be teaching an outsider magic techniques, but that doesn't mean I have to tell only the truth or spill every relevant detail. Wait, I'm confused. What's the potion of? Besides, the colored water can act as a placebo, and placebos have never done anyone harm. Okay, so yeah, so the colored water isn't actually doing anything. Oh my gosh. So it's just so that he has more confidence in himself, I guess. But what if when he got the curse or whatever, when he gave away his voice and memories, whatever happened, what if he had a bit of magic in him, or he was given magic or something, and now he can see like maybe magical properties? Like he can see through things. So what if when I switch bodies with nIE-CHoLE, he can see that it's nIE-CHoLE? Whoa. What if that happens? Plot twist. In reality, magic resides in all humans. It's simply dormant. All it takes to wield it is the knowledge of its existence and approximately how it works. So, are you just gonna keep staring at my hand, or are you going to take the vial? He might not trust me. Don't keep me waiting. Imagine if he throws this at the wall. Prince Mer reaches out his arms, palms up, and waits for me to drop the vial into his hands. You're too polite. You could have just wrested the thing from my hands, you know? Prince Mer gives a hearty laugh before tilting up his head and chugging the water down in a single gulp. How is it? Feel the magic? He tilts his head, perhaps pondering my question, before waving his right hand back and forth with a so-so gesture. Don't worry, it's usually pretty subtle, so even if you don't don't feel anything different, that's completely normal. After all, it's not how different you feel that's important, it's how well you can use magic. Now, visual illusion magic is probably the most simplest thing you can start with. Magic itself is pretty simple. The only reason most humans are incapable is simply because they don't have access to the potions and because they don't know how simple it is. So most never even try. The foundation of illusion magic is intent. I'm not sure how to explain it properly. Imagine that there's a strip of parchment floating in front of you. Mer nods, and I wait in silence for almost a minute, but nothing appears. Try closing your eyes. I know this will sound cheesy, but try to force yourself to believe that there really is a strip of parchment in front of you. A large strip that is as wide as you are tall. Mer nods once more, and his veins begin to bulge as he attempts to will a visual illusion into existence. Again, nothing happens. I bite my lip and shift my weight back and forth. This came so easily to me back when I started learning magic. How can I help him when I don't know what's going on? Maybe try... What? Suddenly, an endless sea of red floods my vision. What in the world? I shifted... Oh, okay. I thought he was hitting me. And I was like, what the heck is happening? I shift the tiniest bit backward, and the red that filled my vision reveals themselves to be petals. Rose petals. Both Mer and I have been buried in a giant mound of roses. I can't feel or smell them, so they're clearly not real, although they'd easily look the part if a quarter of them weren't seemingly piercing through our bodies. Don't tell me. No wonder you're struggling so much. It's definitely much harder to create illusions of multiple objects. Roses are also much more intricate, too, than a simple papyrus sheet. I applaud your adaptation skills. I giggle some more at the sight and situation. There's a rose right where my mouth is, and I can see myself practically biting it each time I speak. Thanks for all the roses. It's always great to receive them, and even better to drown in them. Prince Mer tries to turn his head, his face crimson red, and he winces when the flowers behind him don't cushion his movement. Seriously, though, this is impressive. I take a step forward and lunge into a bear hug with the prince. While I'm not quite sure what your intent was, the flowers are awesome. You're awesome. Prince Mer almost falls backwards and only barely manages to stay upright as he wraps his arms around me. Why does he look mad? This is creeping me out a little. The moment the prince is distracted from his efforts, the roses vanish without a trace. I speak a few terse words into the prince's chest. Why does he look so mad? What? Pity. They were so pretty. You did an amazing job, by the way. Okay. You did an amazing job, by the way. His hands tremble as he caresses my hair. Oh, okay. I push myself away from his tight embrace. His hands wait a few extra seconds before leaving the arch on my back. Sorry, did I scare you? He shakes his head, but something in expressions plants seeds of worry. Why does he always look mad? Feel free to tell me if I cross any lines. I'm rather impulsive, you see. As such, I tend to break rules of propriety all too often. Anyway, now that you've rained roses on us, the papyrus should be much easier. Why don't we try that? Prince Mer nods before closing his eyes once more to focus. It takes a few seconds, but a usable, albeit shoddy, sheet of vellum disappear before my eyes. Why can't I see this? Great job, you're doing fantastic. Prince Mer nods, his eyes still clenched shut in concentration. I'd love to be looking into your eyes while talking to you. I reach out and brush away the sweat from Prince Mer's face. While his body does jolt at the sensation in my hand, his eyes finally open. To his relief, the illusion stays vivid. There you go. There we go. Oh, you did it. So, how do you feel about using magic? A slight smile spreads across his otherwise focused face. I laugh. Okay, half of the reason why I chose this guy is because he doesn't talk, so I don't have to make a voice for him. I can just do my normal voice, basically. Don't worry, magic takes a bit of practice is all. This will be a piece of cake in no time. Prince Mer raises his brows and points at me with a thumb. Well, with his thumb. Are you asking me how it is for me? He nods. Well, I'm sorry to say I've had no issues at all with illusion magic, but children do always learn more easily. I shrug. I won't cover up my talent for his sake, but that doesn't mean I can't sugarcoat things. I have struggled with some harder magic stuff, though, although not often. Whenever that happens, I just practice and practice until it's second nature. Just like I'd love for you to practice and practice until this spell doesn't tax you at all. He nods once more, and I grin at him in response. Note that there is a reason I wanted you to actualize the parchment rather than words first. I mean, it's obviously easier, so you won't be jumping from 0 to 100 immediately. But more importantly, the vellum contrasts with the text enough to make it more visible and easier to... After all, if it's written in midair, chances are the text will blend into the background, making it possible to make out the words. I rub my neck, wondering if I could possibly get any more boring. Now that the first part is done, can you try imagining words on the paper? He turned blue. Prince Mer focuses once more, beats a sweat rolling down his forehead, and it practically pains me to watch him struggle to keep his eyes open. Oh dear, this is really awkward. If it's easier to create illusions with your eyes closed, you can choose to do so. It's perfectly normal for a beginner to start with this method. Just open your eyes again once the illusion has appeared. I'll tell you when. I'm teaching you magic so you can converse with me, not to torture you. He shakes his head and I nibble on my own lips until they almost bleed as I hold my elbows tight. Oh so slowly, text begins to form across the parchment one letter at a time. I know, I do quite enjoy a challenge. What the heck? It takes me a moment to realize why Prince Mer's illusions are gibberish. Don't forget to account for the fact that I'm on the opposite side, but you can't, like, flip it or anything. You might need to reverse the text horizontally so I can read it. Oh dear, that's so hard. Prince Mer cocks his head in confusion, but he walks closer to me before turning around to look at the parchment from my perspective. He covers his face with his hands before returning to his original place. By the way, don't worry about figuring out the reverse order for yourself. That's not only tedious, but pointless. You literally just will have to want the text to be displayed horizontally, and it will be. Trying to explain the workings of magic only reminds me how fickle and bizarre and dangerous it is. People have willed tangible items into existence out of thin air, while the more unfortunate have willed themselves dead. Simply wishing something won't do the trick, but a magic wielder adds enough passion and desire, no matter how fleeting, to a few simple words. The aftermath could be disastrous, and I don't want to think about it. So we're basically putting him in danger when he's using magic. Is that with it? Okay. I do quite enjoy a challenge. That is what I said before, only backwards. Well, I must say you certainly have risen to the challenge quite well. I wouldn't have minded if you failed to display the text correctly, though. I like challenges too, and it would have been interesting to develop the skill of reading text backwards. I developed that skill, you should. Oh, so wonderful, princess. Mer smiles at me in amusement before frowning in concentration once again, most likely trying to write me a response. Hurriedly, I try to explain to him how to proceed before his new line of text appears on top of the previous one. Well, wait, don't forget to clear the parchment, for this is so damn complicated. You can't just use regular, well, I mean, it would take longer. The parchment is similar to a sandbox. You can write on it or wipe away the text as needed. If you want to clear the parchment, just wipe away the text in your mind. Wish the text to disappear. Great, you're a very fast learner. I'm impressed. And you should know I never give compliments easily. You just blah 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 blah. I'm only speaking the truth, I assure you. It is fantastic to be able to finally be able to converse with you. I must apologize myself. I don't even know my own nation's sign language, much less yours. Oh yeah, it would be too much for you to teach me from now on. It would be my pleasure, although I must admit it will take years to learn, especially given that I am no teacher. You can't be worse than me, Prince Mer. But you weren't bad at all. I never thought I could. Sorry, I'm just like, this is like pointless conversation. It's like, what? I just want to go on a date. I never thought I could learn such a useful massage. Massage. Magic. Technique so quickly. It's all thanks to your guidance. While I love receiving compliments, it's too obvious that he's bluffing to be polite. I laugh. Thank you for the flattery, but it was all you. You're very intelligent. You've already got accustomed to the magic. The potion may have contributed more than a little. Potion? Oh yes, the potion. I only allowed you to have some because you are more than deserving. I hope it wasn't your last. A potion this powerful must be scarce. Oh well, we have more lying around, just not here. The rest have already been sent out to nobles' homes. The ones who aren't descended from fairies pay ludicrous fees to become better at magic. I smell at my... but you're lying to him. Look, do you see his face? He's mad. I smell at my ad-libbing. I'm great at this. Anyhow, we do need to head to your kingdom soon. Perhaps we could figure out the details to our trip right now. About that. Prince Mer's face clouds up for the briefest of moments, but his smile returns before I can ascertain anything, making me wonder if I imagined it. I'm so confused. What's happening? I'm afraid I would prefer to stay here. I know it's not normally done, but why? Water Kingdom sounds beautiful and enchanting. Besides, traditions are traditions, you know that. Once the host of a ball has selected a potential fiancé, they are required to spend the next month in the guest kingdom. Oh. So if I went with, say, Prince Snow, I would have to spend the whole month in Snow Kingdom. That does not sound fun. We are nothing compared to the weight of tradition. You haven't even been crowned yet. A mere crowned princess and prince can't possibly cross norms on a whim. I beg of you. What the heck? He looks crestfallen. I turn my head. He is acting suspicious, and I do want a good reason. So I'd like, oh, what? I'm really confused on why he wouldn't want to go back. I mean, my dad did say that he looked at his parents with murderous glares or something, but I don't know. I'll just say I want a good reason. I trust you have a good reason, my prince, and I'd love to hear it. We can't just stay here, but I'd at least like to know. Perhaps we can find a solution together, or perhaps we can compromise at least. I understand, Princess Charming. You're being very logical, and I'm glad you're here to stop me from being short-sighted. I'm afraid I am only speaking emotionally. I have no good reason to stay other than my personal feelings. He says the last 3 words with what can only be self-loathing and shame. I scratch my nose, wondering how I can comfort him. I said confront. Not confront. Okay. That's completely alright. Could you elaborate? You don't have to if you can, of course. Either way, please know that whatever your feelings are, they're completely justified. I'm here for you no matter what. Imagine if his feelings are just like, I just want to murder my parents. I don't know if you mind. Just like, if I go back to my kingdom, I'm just gonna kill everyone. So it's better if we just stay here so I can kill your people. What's going on with me? Anyways. Yeah, it's no, I will tell you if I want. Should I give him a voice anyway, even though he's not speaking? No, I will tell you I want to. It has to do with my past. Oh, you've already heard lots of rumors about me, have you not? Yes, but I'm not foolish enough to believe a word of it. Of course you don't. You selected me as a student, didn't you? Yeah, I don't really like rumors, because they are rumors. They're not truth. Indeed, do you really think I would accept someone I didn't trust? Not at all. You are far too intelligent and wise. Oh, you flattered me so much today. I almost want to run off and hide. Please don't. I enjoy your company too. What the hell is happening? And really, I'm so grateful you selected me in spite of the gossip. I grin up at him. I'm grateful you came. I didn't think I could ever woo anyone. I know we're not married, but if we ever do end up wed, I considered it I consider it an undeserved miracle. What? Why in the world? You're wonderful and attractive too. I bet women fawn all over you. He changes the topic, perhaps uncomfortable. 7 years ago, I don't know how I returned to the castle. The first memory I have is of stopping in front of the gates. The guards screaming a bunch of expletives in shock. The monarchs, my parents, dashing towards me with their arms wide open and tears in their eyes. Oh shit, pity I didn't remember who they were. Something like that. I didn't even know who I was. His words appear and disappear quickly and turbulently. I struggle to read everything before it vanishes. The content of his words are also haphazard and jump from one topic to the next without wording. From then I desperately tried to get accustomed to my surroundings and the novelty of living and remembering in general. My parents wrote about me and outlawed the defamation of excusez-moi, but it's impossible to completely silence people, especially when some of the most outspoken are nobles and monarchs themselves. Nobody said anything to my face, but behind walls I was the greatest laughingstock ever to exist. Oh, is that why he doesn't want to go back? Because he's not respected in his place? Then why? I don't get it. Why would you? I'd see the way people looked at me, like I'm a vermin or worse. Heck, I often hear accusations from even people in the same room as me, when they thought I was too far away to hear them. That's mean. Sadly, I'm not deaf. I am mute, but I'm not deaf. They'd casually talk about imprisoning me, torturing me for information, killing me, torturing me for the fun of it, beating me up, torturing me. At first I considered just tattling, but what would that achieve? It wasn't just a few perps. Everyone was gossiping about me. Everyone always gathers around to gossip about me and ridicule me to whoever is willing to listen. It is true you may lose your people's support, and if you do, I am sorry. I'll try my best to make it up to you, and I'll make it very clear to everyone that I have no intention of stealing the throne for you. I could never. However, I have nothing to lose myself. My parents receive respect and adoration from the people and to outsiders. It may seem like I do too. In reality, however, I only receive scorn and mockery. When I was leaving Water Kingdom to come here, well, people encouraged me to my face, yes, but when they didn't think of my parents or I were nearby, everyone only laughed that I was even trying. How could I woo anyone, much less you? So yes, I'm afraid that my reason for staying is inherently and solely selfish. I know people gossip about me here, but trust me. The frequency and intensity of the rumors here don't even compare. I don't want you hearing them. As long as you are there, especially as a potential suitor, people will bombard you with the worst of rumors, and I don't want you to be influenced by them. Well, the Water Kingdom sounds horrible then. I know it's selfish, I can't help it. I don't want to be subjected to them myself when I'm trying to court you. They're just words, yes, but words do a lot to a person when they're so commonplace and violent. His torrent of words finally halt, and I finally realize I have been stunned into silence all this time. Oh, I'm crying? I wipe away tears of empathy that I had never felt leaving my eyes. I'm so sorry. Don't be, you only ever been kind. I shake my head. I doubt I'll be affected by any gossip. If anything, I'll tell everyone off. Okay. Prince Mer shakes his head with a sad smile. I doubt you'll be able to. Rumors influence everyone, at least subconsciously. And given how often, how vehemently they're told to everyone, I doubt that. Regardless, when we're married, we definitely won't be residing in your kingdom for a while. If your words are true, I don't want you living anywhere near your kingdom. It doesn't sound like the place is at all good for you. That scared the hell out of me again. Okay, that's it for this. Yeah, that is really sad. I'll figure out what's gonna happen next. Till the next, yabba dabba doop. Till the next, bye.